What's good, everybody? It's your brother Nubreed coming through with another live stream. It's getting real out here. As you enter the broadcast, make sure you hit the like button. Donald Trump is at it again, y'all. Eventually, the masses are going to begin to see how real it's getting out here. First and foremost, America is cooked. Put a fork in it. It's well done. So Trump's war with the DEI just cost 100,000 plus black women to lose their jobs. And make no mistake about it, we should know that there's no security in this here land that we dwell in. But with all that's going on right now, it being a recession, the fact that Section 8, HUD, Medicaid has just been cut, and to add insult to injury, this is all happening during a recession. And now, 100,000 plus black women just lost their jobs. Now, you got some red pill people out here who celebrating that. And you know, these same red pill people who celebrate that, they're not willing to take care of these women anyway, right? You don't want them to have jobs and you don't want to take care of them, but you want to celebrate on social media that people are losing jobs. You know, some people on social media make me sick. But nonetheless, a lot of people are brainwashed and hypnotized. You got people out here thinking it's a good thing that HUD and Section 8 got cut. And they're saying, well, there's people abusing the system. This is going on. That is going on. Claiming that it's just people who are able bodies who are using the system. Okay, well, the solution would be to have stricter parameters. Not actually cut funding. Not actually cut federal funding when you're in a time of austerity measures in America. You should actually give more funding and just make sure people are unable to abuse the system. But people seem to not have common sense. People want to see other people hurt. People want to see other people struggling. And I think it's sick. Right now, you got people living out their vehicles, and you got people living out of storage units. And I'm going to say this. Ladies and gentlemen, you got to be grateful for every day. You got to be grateful for every day. Some of you all may be struggling right now. But there's a person out there who's sleeping in a storage unit. You may be struggling paying the bills on your home, but there's a person living in a car. And if you living in a car, there's a person living under a bridge in a tent. So you got to be grateful for that car. If you're a person living under a bridge, you got to be grateful that you got that tent because there's a paraplegic somewhere living on a street corner. Someone who's paralyzed from the waist down. And if you paralyzed from the waist down living on the streets, you got to be grateful that you still alive. Because there's somebody in hell right now wishing their upper body worked and wishing their mouth worked so they can pray every day that they not in hell. So let me make this clear. You got to be grateful for where you at in life and understand that it can always be worse. Things can always be worse. So I want to first and foremost put that out there, right? Secondly, we got to talk about this. Black women have lost their jobs. And I'm not going to be that guy that comes on here and say, I told you so. I'm not going to do that, even though I did tell y'all. I did tell a lot of people, hey, ladies, you got to get it together. If you have a good man in your life who's a provider and a protector, don't take that for granted, because some changes are going to be made. I said all of that. I don't need to say that again, and I don't need to kick anybody while they down, because I believe that this bill that's passed is absolutely ludicrous. I believe this DEI rollback is incredibly racist, and I believe it promotes white supremacy. I believe that this is extremely problematic for families, especially single mothers out there who are doing the best they can to provide for their children without putting their bodies out there in the streets, without selling themselves, without, doing something that's out of pocket like a lot of these women are out here doing in this day and age. I think it's commendable that these women are working these jobs and doing what they got to do to take care of their responsibilities. And I think it's awful that they got laid off. And you red pillers, y'all can feel however you want to feel about that. But I'm sitting here watching the rich get richer, and I'm watching the poor get poorer. And I have an issue with that. I have a problem with that. Now, I distinctly remember when the mass deportations took place, because I gotta give the ladies some pushback. I distinctly remember when they were sending all these Spanish women overseas, and there was a lot of black women online, and they were celebratory. And they were celebratory because they thought they were going to get the jobs. Well, Trump had something else planned. You ladies were celebrating these people getting packed up and shipped out. And come to find out, he wants to get rid of all quote unquote minority groups. And it's not just Trump. It's the shadow government we often talk about. But let me make this clear. He's an elitist. And not only does he want to get rid of minority groups, he's actually passing laws through this big, beautiful bill, as they call it. He's actually passing laws through that bill, or executive orders rather, that's affecting white people a whole lot. Like, it's the irony of the defenders of the Trump administration. It baffles me, because the main recipients of welfare, food stamps, SNAP benefits, HUD, and Section 8 are white people. That's the irony of it. He don't care about nobody. Listen, even fellow white people will be casualties in this war that's going on. And the war is for ultimate control and ultimate dominance. The powers that be want to rule and reign supreme over each and every person. Now, I'm going to tell y'all this right now. My material that I put out over here is for the wise. It's for those who can see what's going on and move accordingly, right? So I got some articles on what happened with black women, and I'm going to read up on this. And this is just all in the month of April. This happened all in the month of April. And I got quite a few articles, but I'm gonna pick one. So recent data from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, BLS, indicate that black women experienced significant job losses in April 2025. Specifically, the number of employed black women decreased from 10,325,000,000 in March to 10.219 million, right? So that's like 106,000 jobs, right? During During the same period, their unemployment rate rose from 5.1 to 6.1. So let me get this right. He's getting rid of Section 8. He's getting rid of housing, HUD, SNAP benefits. Meanwhile, he's firing black women. Listen, I'm going to tell y'all like this. Hold on, they trying to freeze my chat. It seems like to me, ladies and gentlemen, that they're finally slamming the gavel on the children of Israel and judging. They know that if you can destroy the women, they're gonna be left with one or two choices. They're gonna get right or they're gonna get left. But a lot of these women, they gotta step their game up. They got to step their game up. I'm telling you, because the system that you put all your eggs in, right? They betrayed you, and they don't care. They're gonna leave you high and dry. And I'm telling you, fellas out here, you got to remain on point. You got to remain focused because these women are coming. I'm telling you, brothers. I'm telling y'all right now. If you're a resourceful man, if you're taking care of your business, you're doing the things you need to do in your life, these women are going to be aggressive. I mean, these women they're going to start coming out of the woodworks. I said this some years ago. I said, look, they cut off Section 8, food stamps, HUD. If they cut that off, these women are going to become wives overnight. Wives overnight. So, brothers, y'all got to look out for some of these women who've been curving, but they want to be opportunistic. The whole game is changing. The whole game is changing. I'm telling y'all that right now. Somebody said the women will start filing lawsuits against their exes. Hey, that's an issue too. And now the name of the game for a lot of these desperate women out here, the name of the game is lawsuits. The name of the game is lawsuits. The name of the game is if a man walk to you too close, they finna file a lawsuit. Hey, listen, women from the past finna pop back up, and seeing as how some of you fellas may be doing better, out of desperation, they trying to find out how to eat and how to survive. So look, really, this Trump administration is incentivizing these women to go ahead and crash out. You brothers better stay on point. You better stay on point. That's a lot of jobs. And this is really just the beginning. This is just the beginning. Somebody said it's a war against black women. Well, it's a war against black people. But the issue is they're willing to take out whoever to get to the black people. When you see what Trump did with HUD, Section 8, housing, and so forth, that proves that he's willing to destroy white people. So it's really about us coming together. It's really about togetherness. I know there's a lot of race-specific agendas that take place all on social media, whatever the case is. Look, I'm not going to be one of those creators that basically speak about every single race issue that exists. That's not one of these channels. Because I realize that the game is divide and conquer. I realize what they're trying to do. They want us to continue to go tit for tat, back and forth. No, we're not going to do that. That's part of the agenda. Now, what I will do is call out hypocrisies when it's time to. Understand that. Look, right now it's a time where you cannot put your full trust in this system. You just can't do it. You can't do it. There's no certainty in it. We're living in a time where you got to have a plan and a contingency plan. And your relationships, you have to hold those to a high regard. Your relationships with other people. Somebody say use the system to escape the system. I did this already. Yep, that's, hey, Keith, I couldn't have said it any better. Use the system to escape the system. Learn the system, infiltrate the system, escape the system. Strategize and mobilize. Always be, listen, always be planning your escape route. Now, all of this is happening during a recession. Now, those who are foolish out there, they just believe that this is just something we should ignore. They don't pay attention to the signs of the times. The scriptures tell you to be watchful. The prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself. The scriptures tell you to be observant. Get the likes up, ladies and gentlemen. Get the likes up. So, let's go to it. Analysis and economics have linked these job losses to policy shift under the Trump administration, particularly the rollback of diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI initiatives, executive orders such as 14151 and 14173 mandated the dismantling of DEI programs across federal agencies, leading to widespread layoffs. These actions disappropriately affect Black women, who have historically been well represented in federal employment. I told y'all, man, growing up in the Washington, D.C. area, everybody's moms, everybody's auntie in them, everybody's sister, everybody's cousins in them, they work for the government. Just like you see everybody working, you see everybody in Atlanta work as nurses, right? In DC, when I grew up, everybody had federal government jobs. Because when you think of a federal government job, a lot of you all are thinking of like working in the White House or something, right? No, it's not like that. There's a lot of people who are pushing papers. There's a lot of people who are keeping the offices clean. There's a lot of people who are organizing. You know what I'm saying? Keeping checks and balances and so forth. Look, once we seen they start shutting down those damn UPS trucks, I told y'all these office jobs, they're gonna get shut down. I told y'all. Once they shut down those UPS jobs, we already know that a lot of listen, that hits every single major industry. But who you think is delivering the office supplies, the computer equipment, the it's UPS. They got something else going on with this AI. The AI takeover is pretty much here. The AI takeover is here. Yep. Somebody said it's the whitewashing of America. Well, America been whitewashed. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, Trump don't care about white people either. He care about rich people. Rich people. This is a whole ploy to destroy the middle class. In summary, and this is according to Black Enterprise, in summary, the loss of over 100,000 jobs among Black women in April 2025 is closely associated with the Trump administration's policies changes during the reduction of DEI programs and federal workforce downsizing. That's right. This is bad. This is bad. Recent reports confirm that Black women experience significant job losses. Even BET discusses the disappropriate impact of DEI rollbacks on Black women in the workforce, nothing the significant job losses in April 2025. Listen, I gotta tell y'all ladies, trying to be an independent woman in 2025, it don't sound too good right now. Trying to be an independent, strong Black woman in 2025, it ain't. Listen, some of you all may be a little bit in over your heads. I'm just gonna put it out there that way. And don't get mad at me because I'm speaking straight up. I'm reading what's going on. I've researched what's going on, and it's only gonna get worse. It's only gonna get worse. So all you ladies out there who just casual dating, you know what I'm saying, doing whatever for some free meals, I think you need to start thinking about your future. Take what's between your legs more sacred. I think it's about time that you're going to get with a man for longevity, security. Instead of letting, instead of letting gang and them, you know, play games with you and leave you in Section 8 hungry and starving, I think it's about time that you go ahead and become more modest and start standing out. Start looking like a wife to these brothers. Take an oath of celibacy. Because casual dating in America has gotten you nowhere. And if the shoe don't fit, don't try to wear it. I'm talking to a specific group of people when I say this. Because some people got to hear things the tough way. I'm not talking to every woman in here. I'm talking to certain women. They need to hear exactly what I'm talking about. Stop trying to be Sukiyana. Stop trying to be Meg Thee Stallion. Stop running around here playing games. It's not going to work for you. Hey, Keith, thanks for the support. Says a man said he's an independent man, and it sounds stupid. Exactly. I think it's time for you ladies to really consider how you project and portray yourself. Your image matters. That's why we got the image reclamation movement. Stop trying to be city girls out here. That's not going to get you nowhere. But a few dollars in a Happy Meal, what's going to get you security as a husband. That's what's going to get you security. A husband. Because I can tell you right now, this system don't have no mercy. They're going to continue doing what they're doing with no impunity. When they went ahead and put 500 bill towards AI, we already knew what it was talking about. Somebody said Nubreed. You see the new Google VO3 AI, scary times we living in, and a lot of people about to lose their job for good due to the new AI. That's a fact. And this is going to affect every major industry. Every industry. I mean, AI has already affected social media content creators. Them AI, y'all wonder, y'all brothers who putting in good material and things like that, you wonder why they shadow banning and hiding. Listen, they had to make room for the AI, and they had to make room for all of these former rappers and actors and actresses who then lost, who then pretty much dried up with that Hollywood money and that music industry money. They had to make room for all them. They had to make room for all them. It's all about corporate greed. Somebody says, I regret voting for Trump thanks to Nubreed. I ain't tell your ass to go vote for Trump. You find me one video where I told you to go vote for Trump. Because I can assure you that there's hundreds of videos where I'm telling you that I don't vote for nobody. I vote for the Most High. I don't put my trust in none of these candidates. I'm going to go against whoever in the office. Let me be very clear about that. I'm going to go against whoever in the office. If you lined up there and voted, that's your problem. That's your problem. I go right down the middle with it. It's some things that administration did at the beginning that I liked, but as of late, there's a lot of things I don't like. There's a lot of things that they're doing that I don't like. I don't like it. And I don't approve. Man, I gotta play some of what the black women are saying because they pissed off. It's like they've been, I mean, hey, they talking, man. They hitting social media. They're hitting social media and they're outraged. And I gotta rebuttal some of the things that's being said, because at the end of the day, we kind of knew that this was gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? We knew that this was gonna happen. Let's get some of these videos, man. Black women saying they can't find work.
I don't even know, man. Flashbacks. Black women are running circles around men. Right. And it's also shown in research that women want to marry on their same level of financial and educational status.
Do y'all remember how women kept talking like this? Saying that all the brothers are dusty. They don't need you ninjas because, you know, they're making a bag. You know, they got degrees. They got a job. They don't need you ninjas because what? They rent is $40 because the system is giving them $40 rent. Man, come on, man. I hate to tell you I told you so, but come on, man. Y'all know, listen, and I'm being very gracious. I could barbecue right now. I could literally barbecue, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do it. I just want y'all to learn that this system, you can't trust it, ladies. And there's certain changes you got to make. Stop. Listen, this summer, don't have a hot girl summer. Instead of taking trips, save that bread. Put that in a rainy day savings instead of going to Vegas and going to Miami and going to all these places. Save that. You're going to need it. Save it, because I'm going to tell y'all this. A lot of brothers is not accepting you in their union or their relationship unless you bringing something to the table. I'm telling you now. Brothers that smartened up. I'm already tell y'all the game right now. There's still good men out there, but these men are not letting you ladies join a team unless you got something you're going to be bringing. All of the financial burden ain't finna be on him. So you better save up. You better save up. And when you meet your husband, at least come with something. Telling you right now, that's just how it's going to be. Let's go.
Yeah. So if you're a black woman making $150,000 a year with a master's degree, you tend to want to marry a black man on that same level or higher. If black women are excelling at such an accelerated rate, how do men keep up with that?
Now, my brothers, let's be honest.
So black women are, of course, the most educated group among all groups.
They've been talking about how educated they are, how, you know, they're advanced over all groups. This is what they talked about for many years now, the last decade. The last decade, they've been really on this campaign about how they got it all together. They got all their ish together. Let's go.
She just gave an anecdote, but the numbers also show black women are one of the most educated demographics in this country and one of the least paid.
Listen, there's going to be a time where that paper, that graduation paper, that diploma, it ain't going to be good for nothing but toilet paper. That's right. Lon Diamond said it. Hoodwinked. They fooled you. They made you believe you didn't need no husband. You didn't need a family. You traded everything in for a career. Now that is going to backfire. It's already started to backfire. Let's go.
All of these studies have come out saying that black women are the best leaders, that black women are the most educated, that black women are the ones who are most likely to make a business successful, that black women...
Yeah, they're going to blame it on me. They're going to be mad at me. Like I made this happen. Look, somebody said they're going to try to blame it on Breed. You got your own mind and free will. Shaking my head. They do the same thing with the Most High. Blame God for their decisions. Exactly. That's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to watch the playback. They're not even going to say nothing in the chat right now. They're going to wait till the stream is over. Then they're going to take to my comment section with all of their animosity about what I'm saying. Really, I'm reacting to what's happening, right? I'm just reacting to what's happening.
essentially are an asset.
Wait, there was an article that just came out that said that actually the most educated demographic in this country right now is black women. So let me be clear. Because
When the mainstream media directly lies to people so they can feel more superior, we have a problem here. I've been seeing this headline: Black women are the most educated group in the U.S. It's actually Asians that have the most degree attainment. They are also the most enrolled. Asians by far have the most college degrees in this country.
And that's a fact, because, you know, our sisters was being prideful. They was being prideful, and they were being rebellious towards the man, saying they got the most degrees and all of this. No, you wasn't. Asian people had it. But it's okay, because now you're going to learn a valuable lesson that this white supremacy system don't give a damn about you. And you're going to either rely on your men, or you're going to keep on selling yourself to the system. But all of the real women, they saying they not for sale. All of the real women saying that they're going to adhere to family structures, because that's our real image. Look, the image of family, man, woman, and child, or man, women, and children, right? That's the image of the Most High. That's the image of God. That's the image that Satan hates. That's the image that Satan wants to destroy. It's family. So when you listen, when you trade in that image for independence, you're selling yourself. You just sold yourself. That's the image of the beast, and you don't even know it. You're selling yourself to the image of the beast. Why? Because you worship white supremacy. You saying that I'm gonna turn from family, but I'm gonna bow down to white supremacy. I'm gonna do what my boss tell me, but I'm not gonna do what a husband tells me. I'm not gonna do what my men, the men that the Most High made for us. I'm not gonna do what they tell me. Hey, you pick and choose. Pick and choose when to lose, but don't play the fool. Let's go.
But don't be fooled. This isn't some harmless victory lap or desperate attempt to speak their fantasies into. Peel back the layers of these guerrilla tactics of virtuous.
April jobs report shows Black women lost 106,000 jobs in April.
Can't be. These can't be right.
Now, before you start randomly sending out cash apps to ex-girlfriends and side chicks, well, I'm not the army of Cobra, by the way.
But recently, your man just lost his job.
A bear, I ain't gonna cap. Why bear? Cause I feel like the bear wouldn't try to me. You know, I'd rather die than to get, you know.
But the facts and the statistics are starting to expose the brutal truth.
Black women were laid off. Consistent job loss. But then
Black women have the most consistent job loss, but then they put a big statue of a black woman out. Where was this at? I think it was this in Times Square or something. Like they really playing mind games with y'all. They really playing mind games. Somebody said Trump just gave NBA YoungBoy what? A pardon? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Yeah, it's like they're mocking these women. I mean, look, I'm not gonna talk about this long. I just wanted to cover the story, man. Look, y'all know what it is. You know, you gotta make changes in another direction. I got more material coming, man. I want to thank y'all for viewing. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Support my material via Cashapp or via NubreedGlobalTruth.com. Y'all have a blessed one, man. More material coming. Shalom. Peace.